Hello everyone and welcome back to the MHA Digital Communities. My name's Hannah and we'll be doing a standing exercise today. Just before we start our exercising, just a few health tips before we start. If we can make sure we've got enough room around us for today, because we will be moving our arms to the front and to the side. And also if we make sure we've got our appropriate wear on and our appropriate footwear. If we need to pause the video at any point to grab some water or just have a rest, please do and come back when you're ready. If anything starts to hurt with any of these exercises, please stop and leave that one for today and continue with the next exercise. And lastly, if we have any problems with our balance, and we will be working on 1 foot at a time on a few of the exercises, we will show a variation of how we can use a chair to help with our balance. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so we're going to start with our warm-up today. Just to get all our muscles warmed up and working and make sure we've got our blood flowing around for our exercises later on. So just to start, again, making sure we've got enough room, but we're also just going to have our posture. We're going to have our feet under our hips. We're going to have a slight bend in our knee. We're going to try and keep nice and straight with our upper body, and this will help with our balance. Okay, so to start with our warm-up, we're just going to take a deep breath in and do a stretch to the side. And breathe out as we come back down. We'll do that one more time. And down. Perfect. And now we're going to warm everything up head to toe. Then we're going to open up our shoulders and open up our chest with some shoulder rolls. We're going to do 4 backwards and then 4 forwards. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then 4 rolling forward. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Perfect. And to get our waist and our core working today, we're going to do a quick twist. So we're literally going to twist from our waist, so our lower body's going to stay where it is. We're literally going to twist to the side, and we can use our arms as well with this one. Go slower if we need to. And we're just going to warm up a little bit. Perfect. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. And just to get our hips moving as well, we're just going to try a little bend. So all we're going to do is go with our nice bend in our knees. We're going to bring our hips back and bending forward. And then slowly up to our neutral position. Remember, if you ever feel dizzy or unbalanced, stop. We'll try that one more time. Bending our knees, bring our hips back, and up. Perfect. And just to warm up our lower body, we're just going to do our little heel raises, one at a time, keeping our toes on the floor. Perfect. And 4, 3, 2, 1. And last for our warm-up, just to get our heart pumping, we're just going to march on the spot. So go slow if we need to. We can incorporate our arms as well. Lovely. And in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Perfect. So hopefully we feel all warmed up and ready to go. And now we're going to go on to our upper body workout. Okay, we're going to go on to our upper body exercises. And this one we've done before, it's our shoulder taps. So we can have our arms out by our side. If we need a little bend in our elbow, that's fine, but we're going to try and keep our arms up if possible. And for this one, also what you can do is one arm at a time if we need to, but I'm going to do both at the same time. So all we're going to do when we're ready is bring our hands into our shoulder and then out again. And we're going to do 6 of these when we're ready. And in and out. Perfect. In and out. Third one. Halfway through. 2 to go. And last one, in and out. Perfect. Give those muscles a shake if we need to. And then our next one is going to be our press forward. So for this one, we have our elbows in by our side and we're going to have our palms in front of us. If we've got problems with our wrists and we can't do our flex fingers, that's fine. We can have our fingers in front of us. And all this one, we're going to pretend we've got a really heavy box and we're going to push forward and then literally bring back slowly. And we're going to do 6 of these when we're ready. Pushing forward and in. Perfect. Pretend we've really got a heavy box. Tense those muscles. Lovely. 3. Halfway there. 3 more. And 2. And last one. Perfect. Give them a shake. And our next one we're going to do, we are going to twist a little bit from the waist. So if we make sure we've got our nice posture on our lower body, and this one's going to work our waist and our core as well as our arms. So for this one, we're going to have one arm at a time by our side, and we're literally going to reach across as if we're going to grab something from the other side, and then come back to our position. And on the other side, we'll be doing the same. Perfect. If we do need to pop our arms down at any point, please do, but we're going to try and do 6 at a time on one side at a time. Lovely. So reaching across with a slight twist and back. Perfect. Twisting and back. Third one. 3 to go. 2. And last one this side. And back. Perfect. Relax that arm. We're going to try it on the other side. And we're going to reach across. 1. 2. Perfect. Third one. And fourth one. 5. And 6. Perfect. Relax that arm as well. There we go. That's our 3 exercises for our upper body. And now we're going to go on to some lower body exercises. Okay, and now on to our lower body exercises. And we're going to make sure we've got our nice posture again with our bent knees and our nice straight back. And if we need help with our balance on any of these ones, we can have our hands on our hips can help. We can also have our hands out by the side, but we will also be showing variations of how we can use the chair to help with our balance. Okay, so our first one we've done before, and it is our heel raises. So again, we're going to have a nice bend in our knee, and what we're going to do is keep our toes on the floor. We're just going to bring our heel off the floor and then slowly back down. Perfect. We're going to do 6 of these. Again, if we need our balance at any point, stop if we feel unbalanced. Okay, ready? And our heels coming up and down. Perfect. Up and down. Third one. Up and down. Perfect. Halfway there. Stop if we feel unsteady. And 2. And last one. Perfect, there we go. Okay, so we're just going to show you this variation using our chair. We can just have it in front of us for this one. We can use both hands to support ourselves, and it's going to help us with our balance if we need to. We have, again, our bend in our knee, and our toes stay on the floor. We raise our heel, leaning into our chair, and down. Perfect. Using this chair to help us balance, and then down. Okay, so for our next one, we can have our feet slightly wider apart, and again, if we need any help with our balance, we can have our hands on our hips, or we will show a variation with our chair, and this is going to be our forward bends. So for this one, take it at your pace, whatever feels comfortable. And I'll show you quickly what we're going to do. So we're going to have our nice bend in our knee. And we're going to go from the hips. We're going to bend. Again, to wherever feels comfortable. And then we're going to slowly come up. Perfect. And what we can also do is we can have our hands on our legs to help us, guide us down. And then if we need to, we can have a little bit of pressure to help us back up. Okay, we're going to do 6 of these as well. We're going to take it nice and slowly. We're going to bend into it, bending from the hip. And slowly up. Perfect. Bending down. And up. Perfect. Third one. Lovely. 3 more to go. Take it nice and slow. 2 more. And last one. Perfect. And coming up to our neutral position. Okay, so for our forward bend, it might be a little bit useful to be slightly further away from our chair, but obviously within arm's reach. And when we bend forward, we can either use one hand at a time with one hand out, or we can use both hands at the same time. So when we've got our nice bend in our knee and bending forward, we can lean into our chair and then straightening up again. Again, leaning forward and straightening up. And our last one we're going to do for our lower body exercises today is going to be a little backwards kick. So for this one, again, we'll be on one leg at a time. So if you want to see the variation using a chair, we'll show that in a minute. So one at a time, we're going to have our nice bent knee on our standing leg. And again, if we need balance, we can have our hands on our hips. And one leg at a time, we're going to try and keep our knees as close together as we can. And we're literally going to raise our leg at the back. Again, as the other ones, we can go as far as we can. Don't over push ourselves. And when we're ready, we're going to do 6 on each foot. I'm going to do all foot on one go. So 1 and down. Perfect. 1 and down. Lovely, keep going. And down. Halfway there. 3, 2, and last one, 1. Perfect. And then we're going to use the leg we've just used as our standing leg for a nice bend. And again, we're going to try and keep our knee back if we can. And then we're going to do 6 on this side. Ready, up and down. Perfect. Up and down. There we go. Third one. And down. 3 more to go. 3, 2, and last one, 1. Perfect. And with our back kicks with our chair, we can have it either in front of us or have it by our side. And then we can use this to help with our balance as well. So if we're using it in front, we can just balance into our chair and then one leg at a time, coming back and back to the floor. And on the other side, leaning into our chair and back. And that is our lower body exercises for today. And now we're going to go on to a bit of a cool down and a stretch. Okay, so now we're on to our cool down and our stretches. Again, just making sure we've got our space. And if we do need to pause just before we do our cool down, just for some water or a rest, please do, and come back when you're ready. And then we're going to stretch out our muscles that we've used in our upper body. So we're going to bring one hand across as if we're reaching for something in the distance. And then until we get our stretch along our arm here, if we do need a little help just to get that stretch, we can just use our other hand to bring our arm forward. But again, really stretching as if we're reaching for something. We're going to hold that here. Perfect. And slowly we're going to change to the other side. So other hand across, reaching across, and if we need to, pull it towards us just to feel that stretch here. Perfect. And then we'll do our side stretches. So if we can have our feet slightly further apart, and then we'll do a side bend. So if we have our hand on one leg, we're just going to slide it across just until we feel a stretch in our side. I'm going to hold it here for a second. Perfect. And slowly taking our time to come up. And we're going to go down the other side just until we feel a little stretch down our side. Perfect. Holding here for a few seconds if we can. Lovely. And taking our time to come up to centre. Then if we bring back to our neutral position, and we'll stretch out our legs. So if we bring one leg at a time, bring our heel forward with that toe up, and we're going to have our bend in our standing leg. Perfect. And if we feel that stretch down the back of our leg, leave it there. If we can't feel it quite yet, if we stick our hips back a little bit and go into a forward bend, just until we feel it here. Perfect. And slowly coming up, I'm going to swap to the other side. So our heel's going to come forward on the floor with our toe up and a bend in our standing leg. If that's fine, leave it there. If not, you can bend into it till we feel our stretch at the back of our leg. Perfect. And we're going to go slowly up to our centre. And our next one is going to be our lunge forward. So with one leg, we're going to come a little step forward. We're going to have a bend in our front leg, and if we can, leave our back leg straight. Until again we can feel that down the back of our leg. And leave it there for a second. Perfect. And slowly coming in and swapping our feet. Lovely. And keeping our hands on our hips to balance if we need it. And just stretching that muscle for a second. Perfect. And slowly back to our centre. And we're just going to finish with a good stretch. So as we breathe in, we're going to bring our arms up to the side and stretch. And deep breath out as we come down. Do that one more time with our deep breath in and breathing out. Perfect. Okay, so hopefully we feel all nice and stretched out now. I've been Hannah, and hopefully we will see you again soon. Thank you very much. Goodbye.